Right, I'm going to play my first game against the computer here. So let's just see how we get on with this. Not played against the computer before. I gather there's no time limit. Comes forward, so I've got the option take. We can trade. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Oh, comes up, so it's got to be right to take. Gain a piece, lose a piece, gain one. Yeah, I think it's right to take. So I think just a simple pawn up, allowing the knight to come across. Pre-move in case takes. Don't think will, doesn't. There's a simple bishop up, hit the pawn in case the bishop moves. King moves across. So I've got queen up to hit the knight. I've got knight forward. I'll just play pawn up, I think. It does tempt pawn forward here. Can't currently take back. But I could play knight across. Pawn takes, bishop takes, maybe bishop takes. Knight forward, bishop takes, pawn. So let's move the queen up and hit the pawn. Knight down was actually a move there. I might have blundered knight down there. So we're still hitting the pawn. Goes back, so grab the pawn. If I castle, pawn down is potential, but castle looks safe. Knight over hits the knight, bishop down. Okay, that rook kind of pushes the bishop back, hit the knight. So we have the option to trade. Yeah, then I'm going to play queen to g3, I think. Assuming bishop takes back. Queen g3, bishop takes. That doesn't take. Oh, that's a blunder. I'll just take the bishop. So now rook up. Now 3 pieces attack the pawn, 1 defend. Not take there, just drop back a square. We can come across again. We're still hitting the pawn. Take with a knight, he's got rook across. So let's just keep it really simple. I've got rook across there, I think. Yeah, rook across. If takes the queen, I take the rook and then the queen. Goes back. So we take. Then we move the rook across and we do basically the same thing again. Rook over, we have a queen check. Queen over, so we have the option to trade. Just play rook up and take. So check, king up, check. Doesn't quite win, so I'll just play across. There's no back rank issue. Now I've got check and check. That's a nice tactic. I've got check and check. And that's good enough to win. I mean, really, I should bring the king forward, I suppose. And just take there. Pawn moves, you just take it as well. I could have even pushed the pawn there. Let me just take that. King isn't in time to stop, so I can just promote. All I have to do now, of course, is make certain I'm not giving away a stalemate. So now I'll drop the knight back. Queen back. King might come forward there, but then it's queen check. That's not right. So that's a good win, my first game against the computer. Excellent. I'm going to play my second game against the computer. This one is Claudia. I don't know what the computer's actual strength is here, so it might be a way stronger than I am. Let's just see. 15-minute game, so you've got time, but I'll still play it quickly. C5, that's an aggressive line. Okay, just E3. Wow, very aggressive line. Very attacking. Okay, I'll grab this pawn. Now pawn up. So if I take, the knight can take. Take, bishop takes. Ultimately, I don't think I'm going to gain out, but I've got a bishop check here. If I take with a knight, I've got bishop check, I think. If block's there, it cuts the queen, so I think the king has to move. Oh, does block with the knight. Now I can take and... Not quite. I can castle, it's obviously a move. Knight takes, bishop takes, I lose a pawn. Now I'm going to simplify, I'm going to take there first. It's a check, and then I'm going to take the knight. And then I'm going to castle, that's the intent. So castle, pre-move in case takes. It doesn't, so I can move the queen, maybe c2. Support both of the pawns, allow the rook across. Doesn't take the knight again, so maybe knight across is a move, maybe knight back. Actually, yeah, rook across just simply threatening a pawn push. So that's blocked. So now I'll move the knight across. Okay. I want to play across, but I think I'm going to push the pawn and maybe another pawn. Oh, or maybe he just walked into this idea here. That's not cool. If my knight moves, bishop takes as a potential pin. If takes, I have to take with a rook if bishop takes. Because the bishop can come here. I want to get pawn forward. I don't believe a sacrifice there works. Might be wrong. Right, push that pawn. Now I can try and activate the bishop. So now we have a dangerous diagonal here potentially. So queen up, maybe bishop back. Actually f4 is playable to trap the bishop there. f4, bishop down. I'm going to play that. The bishop's now being hit. Goes back. So I want queen up. Threatening a move like knight takes with a queen check. So it comes over. Hit the bishop. Bishop takes, I take, the rooks cover each other. Bishop comes forward, so have I got rook over now? Bishop will surely have to go back. Then I can maybe grab the pawn. So I'm 2 pawns up now, but a risky position. I've got knight to f4 to hit the bishop, which would be very good to get rid of. So let's go there and hit the bishop. Right, that's one big danger gone. Now e4 is a move discovering on the bishop and hitting the rook at the same time here. So up, if takes, I've got a check. So I'm hitting the bishop, hitting the rook at the same time. Bishop can take maybe. Oh, I've missed that. Yeah. So I'm going to sacrifice here. I'm going to take. Now can I push the pawn there? Lose a bishop, gain a queen, lose a rook, gain a rook. I'm looking at pushing rather than taking back. There's no queen check, but the queen can support the bishop, that's the problem. So it's got to be right to take the bishop then and then bring a rook across. Centralise the rooks. Can I take? Let's play across and bring the other rook across. Actually, let's hit the queen first. I've got a passed pawn here. I want to try and use this passed pawn. So let's push. Clearly, I'm not trying to utilise my entire time here. I probably should. Let's hit the queen. The rooks are connected. If the queen sacks for a rook, I'm a piece up. Okay. So centralise to protect this pawn and then push this one. Now if I move this rook, this one hangs. I can't move this pawn, that's a good move, but I've got rook across, I think. Now if the queen moves, I can now take a pawn. So this should be winning for me, but you never know. Now if I push there, rook takes, queen takes, I've got rook check, king moves and a queen, I think. So I think this is better for me. If takes, I think I can take. So queen goes back. I think it's the same principle again. So what I want now, I think, is rook across, threatening a back rank check. If takes, I can just check and then queen. It's got to be winning. This has got to be winning, surely. Yeah, there's no attack on my rook or my bishop. Queen could defend the rook, but then I get another rook check here. So that's got to be game over. If rook takes, I take with check and then I promote. Let's go with that one. I mean, this is clearly completely winning now, but you still have to do it. So I think just protect the bishops. There's a queen check in the corner, king up, there's no further check. I can queen next move. Queen check is obviously covered. I've got a rook check as well. Now does that just win on the spot? Rook check, you have to go there. No, it doesn't. Actually it does. Rook check, king down, bishop check. Wins on the spot, I believe. Yes. That just wins. I can still queen. So this has been a pretty good performance. Okay, so technique. I've obviously got check. You've got to go up and then it's mate. So it should be mate in 2. That's a very good win. Very good win. And that counts as a classical game as well. Excellent. Right, I'm going to play against the Magnus computer setting again. I've had one draw and lost every other game. Okay, that's a bold move. Very Magnus style, of course. Allowing knight forward, but doesn't really create any threat, so I won't worry about it. Let's just counter the pawn. It is very bold play though, isn't it? Knight up. Oh yeah. Let's play knight forward and hit the rook. So he pushes, so now I thought I had c5. Maybe c6 is better to hit the pawn. Just challenge the pawn. You can always drop the knight back a few different ways. Okay, now challenge this pawn. I've got knight in to hit the queen there, but I don't see it creates anything, so I'll just trade. Okay, so take, pawn pushes and he's got a discovery on my rook, but again I don't see it's devastating. Now, I can take a pawn, but then I give away my defending bishop and he still has one, so that can't be right. So let's risk this and play up. Knight moves as a discovery on the rook. Now I've got bishop up, I think. Well, see, I'm going to lose this pawn, but I wasn't planning on being able to realistically defend it anyway, so just play up and develop. There's now a rook across is a move. Oh, actually, can I just push the pawn there now? Can I immediately push? Maybe it's a bit bold, that. I'm going to get rid of his knight and bring my knight across. Actually, maybe I can grab bishop moves. I've got an extra layer there, haven't I? I'm going to risk this and grab the pawn. Try and drop back. I've got knight forward as well. Now knight forward hits the queen, but then there's a major problem. If I drop back and trade, he's going to pin my knight maybe. I think I have to play this. If I lose the piece, I lose the piece. I'm hoping I can play rook c7. Let's throw in an e5 there. Try and create a square for the queen to still support the knight. Clearly I've just lost the knight, I can't support it. He's got queen across, and it's all overloaded. Is it? Oh, I got queen c8 here. So now I've got knight c5. I'm going to lose the pawn, but f6 is tempting, rook across isn't tempting. f6 must be suicidal to f4. Knight up. Let's play knight up. Yeah, so he's gone for that pin as anyway. So break that pin. So if I take a rook across isn't an option, rook across isn't an option. I'm going to push that pawn now then. I'm going to push again. Okay. Oh, is he looking to push 1, 2 and in? Maybe. Let's push again. Oh, he can take now, and if I take back he's got rook check. Just missed that. Wow. Yeah, might as well just promote the pawn, and there's nothing I can do, so he just takes. He just takes there. King can't move, it's stuck. If I take, he's got rook takes and mate the next move. That's not an option. Knight down then. So he's going to take, I'm going to have to take, he doesn't even need to. I've just lost again. I mean, what have I got? Check, what does it do? Check, maybe knight check, I doubt it. Knight check, the queen takes. And I just... doesn't work, does it? I've got nothing here. Yeah, just resign that one, got nothing there. So play the computer again. Play Magnus again. So we have a Sicilian again. Let's play up. Goes back. So queen up, so we have the option to go on the queen's side. Looks a bit dubious, of course. So let's try something adventurous. So g4 is definitely playable at some point. Well, let's play it now. If he takes, I can go with bishop or knight. I think I'll go with the bishop. Obviously got to be knight as a follow-up. If he takes, he doesn't, so drop back. So pushing is a move. Okay, this is getting a bit dangerous, of course. Let's push the pawn. Now a knight. I can go out wide. It's not easy to hit the knight. Support it with b3. Or I can drop back. My gut feeling is to drop back to b1, but I think I want to be a bit more adventurous than that. So let's go out wide. If bishop in, I think b3 is playable. A pre-move in case it takes. Does indeed. Wow, goes queen side. So it's d4 move. Queen in doesn't seem to do much. Let's push. Try and open the rook. Okay, so I've got to play d4, I guess, here, just to cut out his advance. Yeah, I'm going to still try and open this up, even though it looks suicidal. Right, king to sidestep. So it comes down. Right, so push the pawn. No, I've given him knight forward now. Well, that's a terrible move, isn't it? That's a really poor move there to allow the knight in. Let's push the pawn. How did I make a mess of this? Let's play up and hit the knight. He plays across. The take he's going to take with this pawn, there's no way in there. So let's drop the knight back and try and come up this way. Hit the bishop. Pushes, wow. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Have to drop back, there's an immediate mate threat. Knight moves up, clearly does nothing. Queen up, he's got rook over. What can I do? Knight up, queen check. Again, loses on the spot. It's very hard playing this computer, very hard. Yeah, but I've got nothing now, I've got no counterplay, nothing. Now I've got the option to take, but then he just gets an advanced pawn. This is clearly my only hope, but how do I get my knight out if I don't take? I don't see it. Oh, he's got rook across now, so I'm going to have to take. Goes back. Again, he's got rook across if he wants it, I suppose. Very hard, this, very hard. Yeah, I just don't see any counterplay at all. I'm going to have to drop the knight back out, he just takes now. Let's have another go, I thought I'd resigned there. Let's play e4. I very rarely play e4, so I know hardly any theory. Very, very rare play e4. What? Whoa. There's obviously tactics here that I'm not sure about. I've never seen this opening before, I can honestly say that. So up, knight takes, rook across, d5, f3. Queen down? Wow. So against g3, what's the move? Okay, so I've got knight check, lose a rook, gain a rook, but that's very dodgy, I think. But knight comes down here, there's an immediate mate threat, so my gut feeling is to hit the queen. Now the queens are off, I can relax a bit more. Can I get my rook back? Can I get this rook back? Nope, 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 nope. Let's develop the knight. Now the bishop, then the rook across maybe. I've got to get this rook somehow back into play. I drop back and over. Maybe king f1 is sensible here. King f1 just allows rook to e1, that's the idea. So you got rook to e1. Now the knight's pinned, so d5 I guess. Plays across. f3's playable, takes a take, takes we trade. So f3 should be good for me. I think I can take the rook and then the piece. So I'm a clean knight up. But against a computer this is never straightforward. So d5 is my instinctive move to cut this. 1, 2, maybe 3. d5 feels right in f4. Try and stop the king. Against opponents at my own level I'd have a very good chance of winning this. Against a computer called Magnus I think it's going to be rather more difficult. Now there's straight away a weakness. Knight back to cover the king coming in, and a3 maybe. So now my knight's not going to be chased away by the pawns. So I think fix this. Now, I think king across to cut the king, and now my knight's free to move. So a4. If I play c4 he can advance. a4 if he takes I get a check, but he gets a passed pawn. But my knight surely can run round now. 1, 2. I'm going to risk this. 1, 2, maybe try and bring the knight right across. So obviously I've got a check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I've got to hope I'm not blundering something here. My gut feeling is to go after this pawn here. Hold on, so I've got a check and then knight down. And then I'm going to pick up the pawn. I should be winning here. Knight down, king can't come this way, both covered, so I'm going to pick up a pawn. Now that's now fixed. So even if I lose the knight now, I should be able to come through. King up, king across, king up, takes, takes. Now it's got to be right to go there. I can always go here and back. I give myself the choice of coming here or going this side. But if I get the outside pawn, it's definitely won. And now I can bring the king forward, he can't come back. And that's it. Magnus resigned. So I've finally beaten Magnus' computer. But you can see my score there, 1.5 to 9.5. So I've lost an awful lot of games against it, but that's very good.